Here we go. Solving literal equations. So this is basically the same process that we've been doing. A literal equation, it has primarily letters in it. So it's going to look a little weird at first, and these are often from formulas that are quite common, but sometimes we need to rearrange the order of them. So solving a literal equation requires the same steps that we use to solve the other equations in class. So it shouldn't be that a big deal in that regard. Now here's one. Now you just see a bunch of letters. This is a simple interest problem. Interest equals principal, which is your beginning amount. Rate is R and T is times. Now, if you don't understand what all those things are right now, that's okay. Basically, we want you to understand how to rearrange these, because principal is usually our initial amount. Okay, so let's say I want to solve for t. Okay. I want to solve for t in this equation because I might already know the interest. I might already know the principal and the time, but I don't know how long it's going to take to accrue that interest. So basically, I want t by itself. And we know that when there's no operation in between here, these are times. So I have interest equals principal times rate times time. And I want to undo these. So I have two multiplication portions here. So I'm going to divide these off. Okay? I want t by itself, so I need to get rid of the p and the r. And I can literally do this in one step here because I can divide by p and I can divide by r because those are both times, right? But what I do to one side, I need to do to the other. So I'm going to divide by p and r. Now, these cancel over here, which is very nice, and the time equals divided by r. I over p and then r in the denominator also, and that is your final answer. So if I wanted to know the time it took for this particular equation, I would take the interest divided by the principal and the rate, and I would get my answer. So we are just manipulating equations is all we're doing. Here's another common one. Distance formula. Distance equals rate times time. Distance equals rate times time. Rate is how fast you're going. Time is how long you're going. If you multiply those two, it'll tell you the distance. Well, let's say I want to know the rate, how fast somebody is going. So I want r by itself. I'm trying to find the rate, so I want r by itself. Okay, again, I have r times t. How do I undo that? I'm going to divide off that t. I'm going to divide off that t. So the problem might say something like solve for r. They'll tell you what to solve for. Okay, so I divided off the time, and I'm just left with r is distance divided by time. Okay, so just a quick example, what would rate be? Well, if I traveled 60 miles and my time was 45. I could reduce that, and I would get 1.33 miles per minute, which seems a little odd. We're more used to miles per hour, but you can convert. But anyway, there you go. This is basically what you're doing right here. Maybe I shouldn't try complicating that too much. Not sure if you remember the perimeter equation. 2L times 2W. So if I have length, width, I have 2L, right? Remember, perimeter is a distance all the way around. And so perimeter is I have 2 lengths and I have 2 widths. Okay. And let's say I already knew the perimeter and I knew a length and I want to find the width. Solve for W. So I want W all by itself, okay? So, just like before, now I have a plus in here, and I have a times, right? So remember, we want to, I'm going to minus this off first. I'm going to take away this 2L. E minus 2L is 2W. And now I want W by itself. So I'm going to divide by 2 and divide this whole thing by 2. Those are gone. And that's it. W is perimeter minus 2 times the length. Sorry, I don't know why that's not writing. Straighten. Try something here. 2 times, there we go. 2 times the length. Perimeter equals 2 times the length divided by 2.